Simply Home and Harvest. I'm Jen. Today we're in the kitchen and we are whipping up some really easy and convenient breakfast ideas. And they have very simple ingredients. Like for instance, we're gonna use a can of crescent rolls for one. For another one, we're gonna use a can of cinnamon rolls. And actually for two of them, we're gonna use a can of crescent rolls. We're gonna use these brown and served sausage links. So a lot of convenience items, possibly items you already have in your own kitchen. So stay tuned for 3 very easy fall breakfast ideas. First thing we're gonna make is a breakfast bake using a can of crescent rolls. They're gonna be our bottom layer of the breakfast bake. So the first thing we want to do is get these rolled out in the bottom of our pan. Now I've already greased a 9x13 casserole dish. And so you just take your crescent rolls and just roll them out. And I take just a couple seconds to mash them down and just kind of push those seams together. But as they bake, the seams will come together, so it's really not going to be that big of a deal. This is just basically your base for our breakfast bake. Okay, I'm going to set that to the side. Next, we're going to take 8 ounces of deli ham and chop it. Now, you could also use leftover ham if you had that available. This will be a great recipe to finish up any kind of leftover ham from the holidays. So I'm just gonna give this a chop. All right, now we're going to sprinkle our ham right over the top of our crescent rolls. You could also use cooked bacon or cooked sausage in this. We have done both in the past, and our preference is the ham or the bacon. But tonight we're just gonna go with the ham. All right, so that part is done. The next step is to get 6 eggs beaten. We're using our chicken eggs here, which have been few and far between. We are trying to figure out why our chickens have not been laying as much lately. We've made some changes, hoping for good results. Next, we're gonna add 1/2 cup of milk. And I'm gonna season with about 1/2 teaspoon each of salt and pepper. Give that a stir. These are such easy recipes. And this one I like because you can actually make it the night before, put it in the refrigerator overnight, and then you just take it out, bake it in the morning, and you've got breakfast that's already been prepared. Next, you're just gonna pour this right over top of your ham. We're gonna sprinkle on about 2 cups of shredded cheese. Now, our recipe calls for 1 cup of mozzarella, 1 cup of sharp cheddar. I've got a little bit of Monterey Jack mixed in with the cheddar, and I was just using what I already had on hand. So you do that as well, or use whatever cheese that you and your family prefer. All right, get that spread out. This is going into a preheated 350-degree oven. I'm gonna bake this for about 30 minutes. going to take crescent rolls again, and we're going to make some French toast pigs in a blanket. I've never made this, but when I saw this on YouTube, I was excited to give it a try. Today, I'm gonna use 2 cans of crescent rolls, and I've already browned up some sausage links on the stove. I've got those nice and browned, and they are ready to go into our crescent roll. All right, I'm gonna take the time to unroll all of our little crescent rolls. Each can has 8 triangles inside. So I'm just gonna separate the triangles. So I'll take a minute to do that. All right, I'm gonna double the recipe, but I think what I'll do is I'll show you the ingredients for 1 can of crescent rolls, and then that way you can make as many as you like. Also, your brown and serve sausage, or the pack that I used, has 10 sausage links in it. So you'll have a couple of extra just to eat on the side, but that's what I used. So 1 pack of your brown and serve or regular sausage links that you get at the grocery store, you know, over with the bacon and sausage. These were in the frozen section of Aldi. So if you're looking for this kind, you'll find that in the frozen section, but you could use the one in the refrigerated section and just take the time to brown those as well. This is the filling, or not filling, but I guess the mixture that we're going to brush on the inside of the crescent rolls before we add our sausage link and roll them up. So you're going to need 1/2 cup of milk. I'm just using a 2% milk here. You're going to need 1 egg. Next, I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, using our homemade vanilla here. I don't care if a little extra slips through the cracks there. All right, I think my recipe says tablespoon of cinnamon. I mean, this is French toast, so I may do a little less than that, but I'm thinking that that's right. And then also, we're going to do about a tablespoon of brown sugar. All right, I'm gonna mix our ingredients together. And if you've ever made French toast, you'll know that that looks about right. This looks like what you soak your bread pieces in. So same kind of idea there. I'm just gonna take a pastry brush here and brush the mixture right on. Actually, may be able to use this on my second batch, because this looks like it makes a lot. Of course, I think you brush, after you roll them up, you're also gonna brush your tops with this as well. So we'll see, we might can make it stretch. Oh my goodness, y'all, I'm so excited. This is going to be delicious. I'm imagining that we'll probably serve this with some maple syrup and maybe even sprinkle some powdered sugar on top. We are not counting carbs today, y'all. You don't have to make all these recipes at once. I'm just doing it for the sake of this video so that you guys can have all the information, but probably would be good just to have one of these delicious recipes per meal. Okay, next we're going to get our sausage links and roll these up. You'll just start at the wide end and roll them up just like that. Place them on your baking sheet. I'm just laying them with that seam or the end piece tucked underneath there. Okay, now I'm gonna go in and just brush the tops also, so you can get all that goodness inside and out. You see that this definitely makes enough to double your recipe, so go ahead and use this amount for 2 cans of crescent rolls. All right, these beauties are going into a preheated 375-degree oven for 12 to 15 minutes. This next one is super easy. We're gonna use 2 ingredients, a can of canned cinnamon rolls and a can of apple pie filling. Now, I thought I had some apple pie filling in my pantry. I did not, but I did have a bag of apple pie filling that I had made up that was in my freezer from when we preserved apples last fall. So that's what I'm using, but you would need about 15 to 16 ounces of apple pie filling. This next one is super easy. We're gonna use 2 ingredients, a can of canned cinnamon rolls and a can of apple pie filling. Now, I thought I had some apple pie filling in my pantry. I did not, but I did have a bag of apple pie filling that I had made up that was in my freezer from when we preserved apples last fall. So that's what I'm using, but you would need about 15 to 16 ounces of apple pie filling. All right, we have 8 cinnamon rolls here. I went ahead and sprayed 8 of my muffin tins, or muffin tin. Ella's going to put those in and you're just gonna kind of flatten them down. Okay. The next thing we're gonna do is just spoon our apple pie filling right over the top. You just need about a tablespoon. So we're gonna have a lot of this left over. And guess what we can do with it? We can make fried apple pies out of it. Or we can make more of these if we want. Or we can just probably eat this right out of the bowl. These are going into a preheated 400-degree oven for about 15 to 18 minutes. And then when they come out, we're gonna take our little reserved pack of icing here, drizzle them on the top, and bon appetit. Plate here, I did add some maple syrup and some powdered sugar to our French toast pigs in a blanket, our breakfast bake, and our, what are we calling these? Apple cinnamon roll muffins. Anyway, did you get me a fork? No.
Oh.
We're gonna taste test it for you. Now that Tim just got home from work.
I'm gonna taste test it for me.
Yeah. So we'll let him have the first bite since he's worked hard all day.
You've worked hard all day.
That is canned cinnamon rolls with apple pie filling, and then you take the icing and drizzle it on top. That's actually the apple pie filling that we made last fall.
That's good.
Yeah. All right, so thumbs up on that one.
I've had this before. It's been a while.
This is the breakfast bake, yeah, with the crescent rolls. I'm gonna have a bite.
Good as usual.
And then this one is the one I'm most excited about. The French toast pigs in a blanket.
So I'll just cut a fork.
Yeah. Did you get sausage in there? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
That's like a pancake.
Mm-hmm. That's what it's supposed to be like. All right, let me try it. I love the apple one.
That's good.
It might need more like syrup on it, you know. You don't have to eat your whole meal right here.
I'm hungry.
Mmm.
Can we please eat?
Mm-hmm. That one was delicious. Oh my goodness, all three
Home run.
home run. All right, make these recipes for your family. They're so easy, simple ingredients. If you want to do breakfast for dinner or just do one each weekend or something, but definitely give these a try. Okay, we're gonna eat dinner together as a family, or Tim's gonna eat by himself maybe without us. All right, until next time, remember to live simply, use what you have, enjoy the moments you've been given, and we'll see you all back here in the next one.